DIA. Hello, hi, my name is Winner. Welcome to my channel, and today I will be speaking to you on something very important in your practice, and that is creative discipline. For the past month and a half, I've been diving into the artist way and kind of refining, rediscovering my creativity. And these are some of the steps I've taken to kind of level and structure up and switch things up to make the creative juices flow. And so you can do this. I personally need creative discipline to have things flow. If this doesn't work for you, that's totally fine. You can experiment and see what works for you, but this is what works for me. Think of your creative discipline as a foundation of consistent artistic growth and expression that aligns well with your inner creativity as well as external actions. Think of it as, what I mean by that is like think of it as building your creative North Star. If you're into astrology, you would understand what that means, but basically it is the core, the habits, the systems that you need to align with in order to get to your objective, to get to your goal. Here are some ways that I've created a foundation that aligns with my unique artistic style. But before you start any of that, you have to define the purpose of your creativity. This sounds a little weird, but hear me out. I'm asking you questions about I'm asking you questions like, what drives your creativity? Is it self-expression? Is it connection? Is it empowerment? Is it curiosity? Then you have to sit down and perhaps create a manifesto, kind of talk about why you create and the impact of what you're creating. Be back, gonna go get my food. To define your creative North Star, all of that, you have to have a bit of reflection. Now, questions I asked myself were kind of like a manifesto. State why I'm creating and state what I want my work to impact. Do I want to what do I want to pronounce? What do I want to amplify? An example would be mine is really about mine is about self-awareness and self-discovery. Yours could be, I create to empower others through visual storytelling, I'm a photographer, so it's going to be capturing your transformation into their highest selves. That's an example of a way you can define what you need to do to get started. Build a ritual for your creativity. This is really I need this one. So in terms of routines, if you had to come up with a routine, a ritual for you to get into the flow of things, how would that be? I personally started journaling. Okay, I don't just come into the studio with my camera just pew pew pew. No. I had to ask myself, what is the reason I'm holding my camera today? Yes, there's client work, but I also have to be putting out work just to be consistent in my practice. And so I would start off, just to asking myself questions to clear mental blocks, to have some type of spark going before the shoot. So this would, align with my own self-discovery, what I'm actually really what I'm going through at the moment. Does it align with the pieces I'm working with? So creative warm-ups. Are you stretching? I stretch. I need to stretch, baby. I'm a little older, so I'm not that old. Creative warm-ups are another good way to build your creativity. What I mean by that is, are you stretching? Are you doodling? Are you looking at inspiration on the Pinterest? What are you doing in order to, say you had an ongoing project, so you had maybe a month to create this project, and every Thursday you're putting in a few hours to do this. Now, before those few hours start, you have to kind of schedule maybe 10 to 15 minutes before you start doing anything, to give yourself that warm-up status to begin your actual shoot, or to begin your actual drawing or painting. That usually gets me kind of in the mood to even create more, to see things a lot differently, to see light a lot differently. So there you go. Sacred time blocks. I'm telling you, before I was just really all over the place. I feel like I still am, but putting time aside for warm-ups, putting time aside for specifically for your art is gonna do you so good. I'm talking, say, because I'm an early bird and I would wake up, say, maybe 4 or 5 in the morning, and I go to the gym. I was usually back at 8. So if I don't have a shoot, because if I had a shoot start at 10, 11, my day would start at that time. So 8 to 12, I'm working on things that would align with my discipline, and that's how I usually flow on, routines and stuff, just to get myself structured, just to get things, because it's important to me. And so I would have to time block it, and no one's going to take that time away from me. And I love that. I feel like this next section, I started building on this before anything else, before a ritual, before even defining what I needed to do. I just started collecting resources. So that ushers me into my next point of developing your creative toolkit. That means your creative calendar. We already kind of talked about like time blocking. It's like setting your calendar to work for you and your discipline. You're going to set time up to search for inspiration. You're going to set up time to develop a skill or two. For self-promotion, you kind of need to put it in your calendar. Matter of fact, get you a calendar. I'm going to be dropping one in my shop, and you can download the template. Is a regular schmegular calendar, but it's cuter. So, and it's a digital calendar. Another point that is really important, that's really important for your creative toolkit, is figuring out how to focus. To enhance my focus, I created playlists of songs that were just instrumentals that are soft and I know would get me in the mood to create. I will put them in the links below. I use Spotify. I'm sorry, Apple users. I don't know what that is. I created playlists. I had a distraction free area to work. What that means, like, just like my editing space is, it has to look like, it has to be good, clean, organized before I can do anything. Trust and believe. I also use techniques. I forget it's called Pomodoro. It's basically like giving yourself enough time to work, and there's breaks, taking breaks, coming back, getting work done, blah 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 blah. So just to enhance my focus, because I'm literally everywhere. And don't forget to D&D. Don't forget to D&D. That's my favorite thing to do these days, and I'm so aggressive about it. My phone is literally always on D&D. I'm not exactly proud of it, okay, because I sometimes forget to take it off. But D&D will help you get away from your phone. Matter of fact, put your phone on top of the shelf, away from you. Sit down and get to work. Embody your creative identity. Oh, this one. Okay. A lot of us have maybe imposter syndrome. Some of us have analysis paralysis, and we're kind of in a circle of like doubting ourselves, and it's never good for any type of creation. So this is what I did to make things easier for me. At first it was really hard to like say to myself, I'm a good photographer. I know what I'm doing. I understand what I do. I have these affirmations going. They're not all the time linear, but they're a way to hype myself up to get things going. This is usually done in the morning after my meditation. I don't always meditate, by the way, but the writing part, the saying the affirmation part, I'm always like saying it. I'm always making sure that I actually believe it while I look at my work. I'm swiping on them pictures. I go on my website. I'm like, yep, I'm the motherfucking shit. So it'd be like that sometimes. Visualization, easy peasy. I'm visualizing my work as I'm saying it. Okay. I'm swiping on my website. I'm going, okay, yeah, she's doing great. This is good work. This is absolutely fantastic. And I'm visualizing my work on places that I want to see my work in the future. See, I don't know, billboard. That'd be nice. Billboards, magazines, places I really, really want to see my work, or people I really want to work with. So when I'm saying these affirmations and I'm swiping on my little website, I am making sure that I'm also visualizing what I want to happen with these works or future works in mind. So this one is new for me. This one is new. This one is definitely new, that's helping me embody my creative identity. It is celebrating my work. I think I mentioned it in one of my videos before. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's been hard. I'm that kind of person that see success as the bare minimum. This is what I should be doing. So anytime I do create something, I make something, I never really quite celebrate it. I'm always like on to the next one, because I feel like that that right there is the standard. My success is my standard. So I need to like take a few steps back and really celebrate the time and effort I put into those pieces, and actually like show it to people. For my social media, print them out, celebrate it somehow. You should do the same. I don't know how well, let's see. If you're into ceramics, you could, take pictures and sell them. If you're into paintings, you do the same. If you're into media arts, like projections and stuff, you can go project on buildings just for yourself. No one really has to be in there, but making sure you're celebrating your work. Please do that. Do not just say on to the next, okay? Sit down, refine, think, rediscover. Wow, I did that. Wow, mama will be proud. Wow, I can do it again. Period. The next one I would say to get your creative, to align you with your creative discipline would be cultivating joy and discipline. Sounds hard. How am I gonna put this now? Whenever people ask me in school, how do you do well in lighting, I literally just tell them I just go and play. I don't know what I'm doing either. I just mess around and something comes out of it. So I would say playful exploration would be something you should do to cultivate joy in your discipline. Dedicating time to create without any pressure. That means experimenting with new techniques, or new mediums. Play, baby, play. I be doing it every day. Play with something. Okay, don't play. Okay. You know what about this section of finding joy, this section of finding joy in your discipline will be community. I miss school so much, and I miss critiques, to be very specific. I don't know if I've mentioned this. I feel like I have mentioned it, but I miss that community of people telling me if I'm on the right path, if my technique worked with my expression. I miss that. So that would definitely help you cultivate some joy in your discipline. I'm sorry. Create from self. Yay, that's my thingy. That's my manifesto. Self-expression, self-discovery. Personally, okay, I would explore my fears. I would explore what makes me happy, what makes me sad. Creating from the self is asking yourself hard questions in order to find self-awareness. Look into you, look into your heart. I will actually put some prompts, maybe like just 5 questions that would help you figure out that, because I know it's hard to ask yourself questions, to dig deep. People don't like to do that. A lot of people don't like to understand who they are, which is actually really sad. Authentic expression is my second point for this blog. Create work that feels true to your person, to you. Create work that is true to your perspectives and to your expression. Do you know what I mean? Okay. When you have figured out 1 or 2 things that maybe you aspire to, your fears, all of that, now you bring that emotion, you bring that into what? Pieces that align with yourself. You bring that into your authentic expression. Baby, it works out. I'm not saying you have to make it like a grand thing, but ask yourself some questions. Again, I'll put the prompts in the description below. I think my last point for this would be inner resourcefulness. Trusting yourself. This one is this point here, I'm not gonna lie, kind of difficult. I don't think I trusted myself. I put this in here actually because of the artist way. Understanding why I do things the way I do things, and trusting my ability to generate ideas, not just like always trying to like imitate other artists, but trusting my vision is something I used to struggle with. But I think now it's much better because I've created like, well, in my pre-planning stages, I have more confidence in my pieces now. So good for a fact that my creativity thrives on resilience, it thrives on persistence, it also thrives on curiosity. I had to look, I'm like, I'm missing one because I put it on paper. I'm like, what was curiosity? So I know what works for me if I don't have these three things going for me during my stages of making pieces. I feel and I fear I might not get anything done. So those three things are always in the back of my mind. I have to keep pushing. Whether it works out or not, I'm still going. I'm understanding my process, my failures, my wins, and most importantly, I'm very curious. I'm always asking questions, trying to figure out what is what and why. So be curious today, creatives. You feel me? To have a self-sustaining core of discipline, you would have to follow these elements if you want to. No pushy. Really, no pushy. This is what I did. You can follow them. Up to you. So the bottom line is choosing yourself, is choosing your practice, is making sure that you're not slacking off, because it's so easy. It's so easy to create work up here and never out. It's so easy to be in your mind and be like, I created that, but nothing's on paper. So find your discipline, find your core, find a sustainable, structured way of getting things done in your work. So that's everything else for me today. I hope you have a fantastic day. Please do like and subscribe. That would really help. We're already at 810. Shout out to the people that signed up. Shout out to the people that subscribe. Seriously, I love you. Thank you so much. Do watch my other videos. I'm really all about that creativity empowerment type shit. Please do like and subscribe. I'm really about that creative empowerment. I really want people to get in their boots and making work. It's so hard to go hustle it out and come back and want to be creative. Trust me, I know. I feel you. We all feel you. Feel me? Everyone's here. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.